Hello and welcome to Quiz Class. My name's Ellis and I'll be your host for today's general knowledge quiz of 100 questions. Do the best you can and let us know in the comments at the end of the video how many points you scored. Let's get started with question 1. What does the origin of the word mathematics mean in ancient Greek? The great mystery, that which is learnt, or how many fingers am I holding up? The answer is that which is learnt. Question 2. What was the modern-day island of Tasmania, Australia, named by the Dutch explorer Abel Tasman when he first discovered it in 1642? Tasman Australis, Tasmanland, or Antonj van Diemendsland? And that's the answer, Antonij van Diemendsland. Apologies for the mispronunciation there. 3. What are apps like Anonymonkey and Whisper designed for? Anonymous confessions, anonymous sharing assessments of local tradesmen, or anonymous restaurant critiques? The answer is anonymous confessions. 4. When did the English language first employ the term jargon? 20th century, 18th century, or 14th century? The answer is 14th century. Question 5. What additional kind of skiing was included in the first British national ski competition Sir Arnold Lunn organised in 1921, in addition to jumping and cross-country skiing? Nordic skiing, slalom, or biathlon? The answer is slalom. Question 6. What 1987 movie stars Jennifer Grey as Frances Baby Houseman alongside Patrick Swayze after she appeared in Ferris Bueller's Day Off? Avatar, Gone with the Wind, or Dirty Dancing? The answer is Dirty Dancing. Question 7. At its closest point, how far is the South American continent shoreline from the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago? 11 kilometres, 111 kilometres, or 1,111 kilometres? The answer is just 11 kilometres. 8. What is a handcrafted shag wool item produced historically by the Vlachs in the Pindus Mountains of northern Greece and southern Albania called? Saddle paddling, Turkish carpets, or flakati rugs? The answer is flakati rugs. Question 9. What or who were hoplites? Yeasts used in brewing, citizen military forces, or cave rock formations? The answer is citizen military forces. 10. Which of these soups is made entirely of vegetables? Julienne, Romano, or Navratilova? The answer is Julienne. 11. What does the word safari imply in its original tongue? The savannah, overland journey, or hunting? The answer is overland journey. 12. Which industry does a group that goes by the abbreviation ICC work in? Criminal justice, cricket or commerce, or any of the above? The answer is any of the above. 13. What is the name of a self-contained area of land that is isolated from the rest of the country of which it is a part and encircled by another country or countries? An exclave, an enclave, or an octave? The answer is an exclave. 14. What is an animal called when it bears live young? Vital, vituperative, or viviparous? The answer is viviparous. 15. What colour does the Swiss Guards of the Vatican wear as their official clothing for normal duty? Grey, white, or blue? The answer is blue. 16. What does the acronym HTML stand for? High Transit Machine Language, Hidden Text Multiple Linkup, or Hypertext Markup Language? The answer is Hypertext Markup Language. 17. Which ingredients are used traditionally in the dish known as coquille Saint-Jacques? Scallops, potatoes, cream and mozzarella, cream, wine, egg, shallots, scallops and mushrooms, or minced chicken, cream, garlic and scallops? The answer is cream, wine, eggs, shallots, scallops and mushrooms. 18. What is the length of a sonnet in lines? 6, 12 or 14? A sonnet is 14 lines long. 19. To recuse someone or oneself from passing judgment denotes the recognition of a potential issue. What kind? A conflict of interest or lack of impartiality, lack of knowledge, or lack of time due to other commitments. That was recuse, and the answer is a conflict of interest or lack of impartiality. 20. What does the first S in the abbreviation SMS stand for? Short, static, or service? The answer is short. 21. What line of toys for young girls did Hasbro introduce in 1983? Cabbage Patch Kids, Furby, or My Little Pony? The answer is My Little Pony. 22. A mother and her 6 children were tried for the murder of a child at Savigny, France in 1457. The mother was found guilty and put to death. Who was she? The mistress of the duke who owned the land, the housekeeper of the local priest, or a pig? The answer is a pig. 23. What did Trip the Light Fantastic actually mean? Dance nimbly, the use of hallucinogenic drugs, or taking a trip on a plane? The answer is dance nimbly. 24. What additional oil is typically used in the production of Danish oil, a wood finish? Tung oil, flaxseed oil, or olive oil? The answer is tung oil. T-U-N-G. 25. For what purpose was QR code labelling first developed? American advertising industry, Japanese automotive industry, or Indian textile industry? The answer is the Japanese automotive industry. 26. What was the 18th century concept of a categorical imperative? The military, the philosophy of Immanuel Kant, or in literary debate? The answer is the philosophy of Immanuel Kant. 27. What is the name of the enormous red upholstered seat that serves as the Lord Speaker's seat in the UK Parliament's upper house, the House of Lords? The red throne, the big chair, or the woolsack? The answer is the woolsack. 28. What else is the Mawlawiya Sufi order known as in Turkey? Men of Rumi, Gnawa mystics, or whirling dervishes? Apologies for any mispronunciations on any of those words, but the answer is whirling dervishes. 29. What was the initial purpose of the word box office in theatre? A place or facility where people could buy box seats in the theatre, the ticket office or box at the entrance to the theatre, or a box used to store income from ticket sales? The answer is a place or facility where people could buy box seats in the theatre. 30. What is the name of the type of needlework in which fabric fragments are sewed to a fabric background? Applique, embroidery, or tatting? The answer is applique. Question 31. What are the opening words of the hymn that follows Fast Falls the Eventide and was penned by Henry Francis Lyte in 1847? Away in a manger, Onward Christian soldiers, or Abide with me? The answer is Abide with me. 32. Which of these is referred to as a mill or mill in some regions of the world? 1/1000th of the base unit in set currency, a coin with a milled edge, or a sunflower? The answer is 1/1000th of the base unit in currency. 33. What was meant by the term oyster when the watchmaker Rolex used it in its advertising? A new closing pocket watch, pearl inserts in the watch face, or a waterproof wristwatch case? And the answer is a waterproof wristwatch case. 34. What is the study of proper pronunciation, grammar, style, and tone called? Phonetics, epiphone, or elocution? The answer is elocution. 35. What is a tipstaff? A court officer with law enforcement and ceremonial duties, a marching band leader, or an orchestra conductor? A tipstaff is a court officer with law enforcement and ceremonial duties. 36. What is bouillie la basse? Chicken stock, a seafood soup, or braised beef? The answer is a seafood soup. 37. Which city would be nearest to you at the river's mouth if you travelled downstream along the main Lake Victoria outflow? London, Cairo, or Calcutta? The answer is Cairo. Question 38. What kind of bird is on the Dominican Commonwealth's flag? Eagle, parrot, or wren? And the answer is parrot. Question 39. What is the term used to describe a river crossing that is appropriate for automobiles and also the name of a vehicle? Ford, Lavina, or Daimler? The answer is Ford. Here is question 40. What are fan, horsetail, plunge, punch bowl, and segmented examples of? Waterfalls, estuaries, or volcanoes? The answer is waterfalls. Question 41. Which US city is located the furthest north? San Francisco, Chicago, or New Orleans? The answer is Chicago. 42. What qualifier is typically used to describe someone who is a codger? Creeping, old, or sleepy? The answer is old. Question 43. What year did Estonia initially formally declare its independence in the 20th century? 1860, 1918, or 1999? The answer is 1918. Question 44. What genre of music was the Quintet de Hot Club de France known for? Big band, ragtime, or jazz? The answer is jazz. 45. Who is the author of the novels Blast from the Past, Gridlock, This Other Eden, Popcorn, and Stark, among others? Wilbur Smith, Ben Elton, or Stephen King? The answer is Ben Elton. Question 46. How much faster than the speed of sound is the speed of light in air at 20 degrees centigrade? Just over 874,000 times, 500 times, or 1.2 million times? The answer is just over 874,000 times. 47. Who painted the Adoration of the Magi and the Birth of Venus in Italy in the 15th century? Titian, Vincent Minnelli, or Sandro Botticelli? The answer is Sandro Botticelli. 48. What association produced around 20% of the world's GDP as measured in terms of purchasing power parity in 2011 and contained just over 7% of the world's population? USA, EU, or ASEAN? The answer is the EU. 49. What planet is Olympus Mons located on? Jupiter, Mars, or Venus? The answer is Mars. Question 50. What type of government did Mexico have between April 1864 and May 1867, and from May 1822 to March 1823? Constitutional monarchy with an emperor, tributary of Brazil, or plutocracy? The answer is constitutional monarchy with an emperor. 51 is coming soon, because first we got a bonus question hint. The bonus question is about a traditional Southern Hemisphere dwelling, a round hut with a thatched roof. This hint's coming up in your bonus question later. 51. Whose song served as the inspiration for the Nutbush, a traditional Australian line dance? Tina Turner, Beyonce, or Michael Jackson? The answer is Tina Turner. Question 52. What worldwide scientific endeavour spanning 11 Earth sciences was backed by the USA and the USSR, each of which launched a satellite and ran from July 1st, 1957 to December 31st, 1958? The Whole Earth Movement, the Age of Aquarius, or the International Geophysical Year? The answer is the International Geophysical Year. 53. Who was the Chief Minister of France before Cardinal Mazarin took over in 1642? Cardinal Dubois, Cardinal Richelieu, or Cardinal de Bourbon? The answer is Cardinal Richelieu. 54. Which of these was a project that Coretta Scott King was involved in? Civil rights movement, Egyptian archaeology, or aviation? The answer is civil rights movement. Question 55. What albino animal with the name of Snowflake passed away in the Barcelona Zoo in 2003? Lion, leopard, or gorilla? The answer is gorilla. 56. The USA invaded 3 nations, including Iraq and Haiti, between 1989 and 1994. Which was the third? Kuwait, Panama, or Grenada? The answer is Panama. 57. What decade saw the majority of the near-global depression known as the Great Depression? 1910s, 1930s, or 1950s? The answer is 1930s. 58. What type of governance was introduced into Bhutan in 2008 after a change from absolute monarchy? Oligarchy, democracy, or constitutional monarchy? The answer is constitutional monarchy. 59. What virus was purposefully brought into Australia in 1951 to eradicate rabbits? Cat scratch fever, psittacosis, or myxomatosis? The answer is myxomatosis. 60. Which of these is not an instrument for horse grooming? Curry comb, curlicue, body brush, or bot knife? The answer is a curlicue. 61. Who was the first and only female pope, as claimed by a legend dating back to the 13th century and refuted by the Catholic Church and numerous academics? Pope Alexandra or Pope Joan? The answer is Pope Joan. 62. The Titanic sister ship, the HMHS Britannic, was finished at the end of 1915 and requisitioned as what before colliding with a mine and sinking in 1916? A troop carrier, a hospital ship, or a transatlantic passenger ship? The answer is a hospital ship. Hope you're keeping up. This is question 63. Which one of these is a native Swiss Alps deciduous tree with tiny cones and needle-like leaves? Eucalyptus, Corey, or larch? The answer is larch. 64. Which month comes in like a lion and goes out like a lamb, according to the proverb? March, September, or December? The answer is March. 65. What is the name of the 5 horizontal lines that musical notes are written on and between? Stave, ledger, or chart? Is it stave, ledger, or chart? The answer is stave. 66. What caused the largest emigrations from Iceland since 1887 to occur in 2009? The cod harvest failed, all 3 major banks collapsed, or a targeted marketing campaign by the Russians? The answer is all 3 major banks collapsed. 67. What kind of plant is frequently employed as a herbal remedy for depression? St. John's wort, eucalyptus, or aloe vera? The answer is St John's Wort. 68. Where did the Kuvskull uprising of 1932 take place? Tibet, Kazakhstan, or Mongolia? The answer is Mongolia. 69. Which kids movie star eventually became the American Chief of Protocol, American Ambassador to Czechoslovakia, and American Ambassador to Ghana? Mickey Rooney, Shirley Temple, or Lindsay Lohan? The answer is Shirley Temple. 70. Which NASA mission was the first to land on the moon? Was it Luna 9, Apollo 11, or Apollo 12? The answer is Apollo 11. Question 71. Who among the following is not a marsupial? Koala, platypus, or eastern grey kangaroo? And the answer is platypus. 72. What was the original meaning of hoi polloi? Posh, the common people, or the extraordinary people? The answer is the common people. 73. What region of Great Britain is the setting for Arthur Ransom's children's book Swallows and Amazons? South Wales, Lake District, or Hampstead Heath? The answer is Lake District. 74. When was the fabled Minos first referred to in history books as a ruler in Crete? Just over 4,000 years ago, before 3rd century BCE, or between 9th and 8th century BCE? The answer is between 9th and 8th century BCE. 75. What environment served as the backdrop for Lucy Maud Montgomery's book Anne of Green Gables? Prince Edward Island, Isle of Wight, or Isle of Man? We are 3/4 of the way through this quiz. The answer is Prince Edward Island. Here comes question 76. What endeavour is connected to Louis B. Mayer? Race car design, men's fashion, or filmmaking? The answer is filmmaking. 77. What is the word for a tie that is really wide and vividly coloured? Sardine tie, shark tie, or kipper tie? The answer is kipper tie. Question 78. Who was the last Danish monarch to control both Denmark and England? Hardicanute, Canute the Great, or Harold Harefoot? The answer is Hardicanute. 79. What else is connected to the National Wrestling Alliance? Owner and promoter. The International Federation of Tiddlywinks Associations, the American Beekeeping Federation, or rock band The Smashing Pumpkins? The answer is rock band The Smashing Pumpkins. 80. Whose Maple Leaf Rag was a significant hit in the ragtime genre? Louis F. Muir, Scott Joplin, or George Gershwin? The answer is Scott Joplin. Question 81. Which of these colours does the cathode ray tube not normally utilise to segment its signal? Red, yellow, or green? The answer is yellow. 82. Who, at the age of 50, was the richest man in the world thanks to the work of the Standard Oil Company? John Davison Rockefeller, David Rubenstein, or Larry Ellison? The answer is John Davison Rockefeller. 83. What is the title of the main protagonist role in No Theatre? Koken, Hayashi, or Shite? The answer is Shite. Question 84. What role does the human appendix appear to play according to recent research? To cultivate beneficial gut flora, to deal with infection in the digestive system, or none, it is left over from functions made useless by evolution? The answer is to cultivate beneficial gut flora. 85. When did the Goa'uld make their debut in the American-Canadian television series Stargate SG-1? 1997, 2001 or 2007? And to the Stargate fans, I apologise for the mispronunciation there. The answer though is 1997. 86. In December 2004, who was elected president of Afghanistan? Bashar al-Assad, Jalal Talabani or Hamid Karzai? The answer is Hamid Karzai. 87. What was the name of Ireland in Roman times? Cambria, Caledonia or Hibernia? The answer is Hibernia. 88. What animal's heart was successfully transplanted into an adult human for the first time in Baltimore, Maryland in January 2022? Baboon, chimpanzee or pig? The answer is pig. 89. Which nation's debt rating was downgraded to junk status by Standard & Poor's on April 27, 2010, amid concerns that the government might default? Portugal, Greece or Zimbabwe? The answer is Greece. Question 90. What needlework method was widely employed in cuffs, bodices and necklines of clothing where buttons were undesired before elastic to gather fabric so that it can be stretched? Couching, smocking or sashiko quilting? The answer is smocking. 10 questions left. Here's 91. Which 1981 television show involved at least 13 characters that Kenneth Williams voiced independently, and of all the characters with a single other actor? Will-O-the-Wisp, Galloping Galaxies or What's My Line? The answer is Will-O-the-Wisp. 92. What is a zucchini's alternate name? Is it mange tout, aubergine or courgette? The answer is courgette. 93. What full-length movie served as the pilot for the American TV series How the West Was Won from 1976 to 1979? Was it The Macahans, How the West Was Won, or The Rivers and Plains? The answer is The Macahans. 94. What was the name of the brother of Vincent van Gogh? Theo, Thomas or Timothy? The answer is Theo. Question 95. Which of the following is a tiny domesticated mushroom? Truffle, zip or button? The answer is button. 96. Where was Mary Curie born, recipient of the Nobel Prize in Chemistry in 1911, as well as the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1903? Warsaw, Poland, Paris, France, or Geneva, Switzerland? The answer is Warsaw, Poland. Question 97. What acute febrile disease caused by a mosquito-borne virus, also known as breakbone fever, is now endemic in more than 100 countries? Lassa fever, dengue fever, or Lujo virus? And the answer is dengue fever. 98. What method was employed to slay the Jabberwock, according to Lewis Carroll's 1872 book Through the Looking Glass, and what Alice found there? A Vorpal sword, flaming arrows, or Britney Spears? As much as Britney Spears would have been a great twist, the answer is a Vorpal sword. Question 99. Which of these cocktails' main alcoholic component is vodka? Grasshopper, daiquiri, or screwdriver? The answer is screwdriver. And here is question 100. After its 1991 debut, how long did the musical Cats run in London's West End? 3 years, 13 years, or 21 years? The answer is 21 years. Now, how well do you remember that hint for your bonus question? Because here it is. Which country is home to the traditional home called a rondeville? Let us know the answer in the comments, and let us know how many points you got out of 100. Thanks for playing this quiz today with us at Quiz Class. Don't forget to subscribe to Quiz Class and you'll be notified on all of our upcoming videos. But in the meantime, click on one of these quizzes and give that a go. My name's Ellis Knapp and your host. Thanks again for playing. We'll see you next time.